So recently I've made this knife, and I made this knife to take it to work so I can use it to open boxes and whatnot, because we pretty much open boxes every day. But after making it, I realized I can't take this to work because the knife's open and I need something to cover it so I don't poke myself and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to create a sheath for the blade. And I've done something similar before with my carving knife. I create this little guy, and as you can see, you just slide the knife blade in there like that. And it works out pretty good, actually. It keeps me from poking myself when it's just laying around and anyone else who comes by. So I'm going to do a similar thing. So I have these two pieces of cedar fence board that I cut to about 2 inches tall by 2 inches, no, 2.5 inches tall, excuse me, by 2 inches wide. And what I did was I just drew on the blade so I know what to carve away, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to carve away the middle portion. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. Alrighty, now that I have these two indents carved, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a little hole here, right here, and put a little magnet in it. What that'll do is, since the blade is magnetic, it will help keep the blade inside the sheath. I saw this little trick online, and I did that with this one. I do not believe you can see it in here, but you might put those. See how it's pulling down a little bit? I don't know if you can tell it so much, but I put a little magnet in here, and what that does, it just helps creates it. So even though if you look at it, there's a lot of gap in there, it's staying on because of that magnet. It just helps keeps everything put together. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. You do not want to put your magnet towards the edge of the blade, like here, because what that can do is that can mess up with your edge. You don't want to put it towards the tip of the blade because it messes with the tip. So you want somewhere where it's like a flat spot, like here, or since this whole area right here is also flat, that would be perfect. So that's what I'm doing. I marked a little spot and put a little bit of an indent. Now I'm going to take a drill bit and just drill a hole in it. For this hole with this particular magnet, it's going to be about ½ an inch in size. So I'm just going to drill a ½ inch hole. Alrighty. That's what we want. We want it just to be just below the surface of the wood. So when we slide our knife in there, it's not hitting the blade at all. Instead, it'll be a smooth transition. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take some super glue. Put some super glue in there. And drop the super glue in there and let it sit, and we'll be right back when it dries. Alrighty, now that it has all dried up, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this all together. I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue, for Gorilla Wood Glue at least. And all you have to do is, so these are slightly different sizes. So I'm going to be putting glue on the smaller one, overlapping it with the bigger one. And when I do it, I'm just going to make sure that, one, these holes line up. But then also, when I get all nice and clamped where I want it, I'm going to insert the knife to make sure it fits all nice and smoothly wherever I want it. I know, it just fits nicely. So that's what we're going to do. Alrighty. Looks there pretty well. Alright, so we do not want just a block of wood to just put on your knife. It doesn't look that good. It's like, that doesn't look so great. So let's shape it a little bit and have some fun with it. See what we come up with. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put finish on it. So I'm just going to put some furniture wax on it. And yeah, that's the same type of finish that I put on this, which darkened the wood. My sanding job on the handle wasn't that great, but it works really good as a finish overall. And what this should do is darken the wood around, darken the wood overall, which should give it a, honestly, a nice looking color. And there we go. Now we just take our knife and just slide it in. And there we go. Now we have a sheath for our knife. Not too bad. Now for making a sheath, you can have a lot of fun with this. You can carve a face like I did with this one for my regular carving knife. You can wood burn or design it. You can paint it. You can do whatever you want. I just chose this really simple design for mine because I don't really want to go too overly complicated. But overall, it's a really good one. Really good way of making a wooden knife sheath. And honestly, I like it. There it goes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and I hope you all have a good day. See ya.